Hey there. I'm going to be posting some videos about the jigs I use in my workshop and the features that are built into them. So let's start with the ubiquitous Table Saw Sled. It's a pretty standard sled made the same way, so I'm not going to show you a video of how to make it. I'm just going to show you the things that I've incorporated based on what I've learned making these jigs and using them. So first thing, I use engineered hardwood for the runners. It's very stable. It's exactly the right thickness. It's easy to rip to size. It's very hard wearing because of the hardwood surface here. And most importantly, I've got 6 boxes of the stuff I need to use up. So you'll see that as a common theme throughout the jigs in my workshop. Probably the best dressed jigs around. Anyway, the second difference on this sled compared to most is the horizontal piece behind the front fence. So the reason for that is I don't have a super expensive workshop full of amazingly accurate tools. My table saw is about 60 or 70 years old. It's not that accurate, shakes a lot. It works, but it's not great. And I don't have a thicknesser or a planer, so I have to rely on wood I can get from the big box stores. I can't use hardwood for the front fence because I have no way of flattening it and making sure it's totally flat, so I have to use plywood, and then plywood is bowed all the time. It's not great, even the birch stuff, so I use a horizontal member here to remove any bow either way in the front fence. And once you screw the front fence to this horizontal member, it straightens it up perfectly. So that solves that particular issue. The next one I found is that doing the 5-cut method, I just had a nightmare doing it with the screws and adjusting it and rescrewing it and adjusting it, and I found that it just kept moving all the time. And I had so many holes in the bottom of the sled, it was a mess. So I came up with this system, which uses a pivot bolt, like the standard pivot screw, and 3 lock knobs. What that allows me to do is to move the fence, tighten it, and move it again if I need to, without drilling any new holes. So it's quite simple. There are 3 recessed bolts in the base of the sled. Those pass through the sled base, and then in the horizontal member there are 3 slightly oversized holes, allowing for a little bit of back and forth movement. I mean, you're talking millimeters. It doesn't need to be a lot. So I set the sled up using the square, do the first pass with the 5-cut method, take the measurements, and then either clamp the block, depending if I need to move the fence forward or back, either clamp the block first or not, loosen the knobs, put the feeler gauge in, tighten the knobs, pass it again, do the 5-cut method again, and then within 2 or 3 passes I found that I can get this dead on. So this is accurate to less than 1/1000th of an inch, which is pretty good. And then if it changes in the future for whatever reason, the wood starts to dry out a bit or twist or shrink or whatever, again, very simple. Do a 5-cut check, move the position, tighten the knobs down, and then it's 100% accurate again. So that's it. Other than that, standard sled, so I'm not going to show videos of how to make it. You guys know what you're doing. But hopefully those couple of tips will help you make better sleds. Keep an eye out for the other videos I'm going to be posting with some other jigs. I'm currently working on a router circle jig. It's just gluing up there. I'll go through that one as well. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.